Hi, my name is Courtney Coates, and today we're going to be talking about the behavioral supports that I have implemented within the after-school program I currently work in. Today we will be going over the background information, his target behaviors, the interventions and data I've collected, as well as the functional behavior assessment and behavioral intervention plans, and also what worked and what did not work. Welcome to Granger Elementary. This is a Title I school, and we are in our last year of turnaround. We're just a little over 900 students, just to give you an idea. Now, the student I've been working with, I've known him, this is going on our 4th year, so I've really got to know his family. I've really worked with him one-on-one through small group interventions as well. And with him, I found that he does have really severe issues as far as keeping on task. He is diagnosed with ADHD. As well as an intellectual disability. Now, his family did wish that we remained confidential for his name, so for that I will respectfully refer to him as my student. And he is now in the 4th grade. Now, because of our long history of knowing, his behaviors and seeing that they have diminished throughout time, he no longer goes on the floor and throws his arms in the air when he doesn't get something. He's developed the communication tools necessary that we've worked on to be able to communicate his needs so he doesn't get to that frustration level. Considering our long history of working with him through the years, I decided that I would collaborate with our school social worker, after-school personnel, the school principal, his teachers, previous and current, his parents, and as well him. It was through this collaboration process that I realized how important the PBIS is. Now, PBIS is a support for the school that's really focused on multi-tiered approach to the social, emotional, and behavior supports. So it's broad ideas to improve the effectiveness, efficiency, and equity of schools. So reaching out to the social worker and all of these other collaborations I've worked with, we decided to be consistent throughout. So we worked on doing a functional behavior assessment, having his parents more involved, and checking in on it. Now, his target behaviors that we'll be focusing on is that he hits and kicks people, he uses profanity and lashes out, and he's off task most of the time, but the biggest is homework completion. I was struggling of coming up with a way to monitor this behavior that I was going to be working on with him. So upon collaborating with the social worker, she had come up with the idea to run a school-wide support system called Class Dojo. So it's really easy to be able to talk with parents, and parents are able to see the academic and behavioral growth within classes. Now, how this app is set up is it's completely free, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it so you could use it in your future use of teaching.
What makes an amazing classroom? Is it having shiny new desks? Is it that fearless classroom pet in the corner? Or maybe it's something you can't see. Maybe it's about the classroom community you build with students, teachers, and parents. In a classroom where students all work together, persevere through challenges, and help each other out along the way, these moments should never go unnoticed. This year, you'll be using Class Dojo to celebrate those moments in class and share them home. You'll each start with your very own monster. And anytime you show an important skill, like working hard or being creative, your teacher can award you a point on Class Dojo. For those extra exciting moments, your teacher can take a photo or video. Best of all, your parents will get to see all the skills you're building and share in your unforgettable classroom moments. So let's get started. What skills do you want to recognize in your classroom?
A simple free app you can download to be able to manage your classroom behavior, give awards, and it's simple and free and easy to use. So now that we know a little bit about the app, now you can see how I was able to track his behavior when he did good and bad things, and when he completed his homework. So as you can see through this chart, his negative behavior did decrease. Now, one of the biggest things that I would mention is the differentiation through his class. That was the biggest motivator for him to be able to work. Not only did it increase his his homework behavior, but it also helped decrease any negative behaviors. And it was through the functional behavior assessment that I really realized that he was struggling during homework time, especially during silent reading and math rotations. So I knew that whenever he would be working on that, he definitely needed more supports. And that's exactly what I did, is I just differentiated his instruction to meet his needs. When I was collecting the data, I soon realized that the antecedents were doing homework independently. So during silent reading, during individual math practice, it was during these times that he was lashing out, getting frustrated with the fact that he couldn't do his work. My biggest takeaway is that one size does not fit all, especially when it comes to teaching. So even though he's in 4th grade, he has reading skills maybe in a kindergarten level and writing skills on a kindergarten level unless prompted correctly. So this is something that does need to be taken account for. His teacher did not differentiate his instruction at all and expected him to be working at a 4th grade level. So this, I feel, contributed entirely to his negative behaviors because he was just not feeling adequate enough. So we need to ask ourselves as educators, what does this student need in order to perform well, and how can I make it easier for them? Now, the one thing I would change is my collaboration and teamwork with after-school personnel on the days I wasn't there. It was very difficult to establish a natural cueing system to be able to communicate with them all of these expectations. Considering I only did it on Thursdays, it was establishing the rapport with the other teachers that were there, and that's what I would change.